So I've reviewed, I suppose, all three previous colorways that released over the last, I guess, 7, 8, maybe 9 months. And the first one was the Hot Lava pair, which I managed to grab under retail, quite low price. And then the second one was the Racer Pink colorway, which was also really low in price. And then finally I got the Stone Blue colorway, which I wasn't going to pick up because I was anticipating this Pixel Court version. And those I picked up for £81. So this is obviously one of those ones which was released in the UK and EU, and essentially came out on all other retailers but hasn't come out on the Sneakers app just yet in the UK and EU. And I think it's releasing at a slightly later date in the US as well. And so this is the Nike Air Tech Challenge 2 Pixel Court version. And you know, it's one of those trainers again from the early 90s. I think it's 91, I believe, when they came out, or 1990. And it's made by Tinker Hatfield. And these ones basically come in what they're calling white, royal blue, and laser crimson. And typical kind of, I suppose, early 90s type colorway. And with the crimson red on there, it's very much, you know, similar to, I guess, sort of any sort of Jordan brand colours. They're quite sort of fluorescent as well, so which I really like. And then, yeah, the pair, like I said, it's been designed by Tinker Hatfield, so you can sort of see the references on here. It's got the wings like the Jordan 4, and I suppose the midsole, and is also like the Jordan 4, and I guess the Jordan 3 as well. So you can sort of see it has like an air unit in the heel, and then also in the forefoot. And these were mainly sort of made for tennis. So they're quite sort of flat-footed for that reason. And then also you can sort of see the traction pattern as well. It's just made of herringbone and quite sort of sitting flat to the ground. And also you have these wings again to kind of lock you in place, and it's kind of a mid-cut sneaker as well on top of that. And you can sort of see the sleeker toe box as well, just in general. Like, it's kind of made as a, like I said, as a tennis shoe. And obviously with tennis, there's a lot of sort of medial and lateral sort of movements, as well as sort of going back and forwards and needing sort of stability around the court. And then just in general, like, you know, it's one of those sort of sneakers that I think, in terms of its details, you know, you have like the Nike Air on the back as well, which is also really cool. And the upper is pretty much made up of all leather materials as well. So with the comfort, I think this is, I suppose, like comparing to early 90s sneakers, it's one of the more comfortable sneakers in my opinion. I just feel like, in general, it feels very much like, I suppose, a Jordan 3, but slightly sort of nicer in terms of its comfort. It's not like it's like really soft and squishy. I mean, you have like the polyurethane midsole in there, but it does give you like a little bit of bounce back, and also the insole as well feels quite nice on foot as well. So I think it's like a combination of those things. But like I said, a very sort of neutral stance, but also very sort of stable on foot, which is kind of what you expect. And it's one of those ones where, for me personally, you know, when I sort of slip these on, it's like they're kind of made for me. So, which I really appreciate. Obviously, not everyone, you know, would sort of feel that way, and your sort of mileage may vary, but it suits my particular foot very, very well. And that's one of the other reasons why I picked these up. I just think they're like awesome, in all honesty. And yeah, in terms of like the fit, I went true to size on these, and I have a wide foot, and to some trainers, you know, especially runners, I got up half a size. With this one, I went true to size, and it's kind of similar to, I guess, an Air Force One. So I definitely sort of would recommend going true to size on these if you can. You know, you could potentially go down half size if you're not that concerned about too much about the length, but just to be on the safe side, true to size is probably my recommendation. And then you also got nice grip as well. Like I said, it's got herringbone traction. It's an iconic outsole. These were used in the Yeezy 2 as well. And overall, just like I said, a cool looking piece of footwear. And that kind of brings me to the look and style. I mean, like I said earlier, it's got that sort of early 90s look to it, and in terms of its colour scheming as well. And also the pixels that you sort of see on here, which is quite a nice touch, and hence why it's called Pixel Court. They probably, you know, could have done with, I guess, some sort of gaming collaboration as well, with like Mario or something like that. That would have been quite cool to do, you know, with this particular pair. But overall, like I said, it's one of those iconic pairs as well. My brother used to have a pair back in the early 90s as well, which my uncle bought back for him from America. So obviously he was after the Aircross SC2, but he managed to get these instead. And then looking back now, these are also really nice sneakers, probably not as hyped as those were at the time, here in the UK anyway. And yeah, like I said, with the Nike Air on the back, and then like the ankle collar as well, it's got this nice sort of like kind of textile material, and same for the tongue as well. It all feels really nice and pleasant and really easy to sort of slip into. And then you also get like the original Nike Air hang tag as well, which is a nice touch. And just generally just overall like a really good package in terms of what you get. And like I said, they look really nice, especially in the winter time and autumn time. So with the ratings, I think I would give this one a 5. I think they just look really cool. I mean, like I said, you can sort of see it. The pixel sort of patterns on here is really nice, and it's quite sort of muted as well. It's more of like a white sneaker as well, which I like as well. I mean, some of the others have a bit more colour on them and a bit more sort of grey tones and that kind of stuff, but this one also works well. And it's got more of a sort of slightly aged midsole as well. So yeah, for me, I'll give the look a 5. And in terms of, I suppose, the comfort, I think I'd probably give that a 5 as well. Like I said, it's kind of made for my foot, but other people might not think it does for them. But for me, it's got the kind of right amount of arch support, right amount of stability, and you kind of sort of sit quite sort of low to the ground as well. And in terms of cost, I think £135, I think they're a bit of a bargain in all honesty. And like I said, sometimes they go on sale and you can probably pick up the smaller sizes at least on sale for like £80, £81 or even £90, roughly around that range. And in terms of quality, I think the leather material on this is not going to be amazing, but it's still good. I mean, you can sort of see when I sort of press down on it, it's got a nice bit of squish factor to it, and it's kind of sort of thick enough. It's a bit on the sort of softer side, but I don't mind that. I think it works well, and like I said, when I got my foot in there, it doesn't feel like there's too much tension points, which is good. And so yeah, in terms of the final score, I think for that I'd probably go with a 5 in all honesty. I think this pair, again, like all the others, they just set such a high bar. It's just like a really well made sneaker and a great sort of remaster, I guess, of this AirTech Challenge 2, and I think that Nike have done it really good justice. So yeah, I think these are a bit of a sleeper really, in all honesty, because I think a lot of people are not being sort of looking at these because there's other pairs obviously releasing, but this is definitely worth getting, especially like I said, especially if you can grab them on sale.